Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me closely, because what I'm about to say might just save you years of wasted time, energy, and heartbreak. We live in a world where people will smile in your face and drain the life out of you behind your back. Some will pull you down the moment you start to rise. Some will demand, manipulate, and guilt trip you into giving away your time, your energy, your peace of mind, until there's nothing left of you but exhaustion and regret. You need to learn something today. Not everyone who comes into your life is meant to stay. Some people are lessons, not blessings. And when you see the signs, when you hear the warnings, you better pay attention. Because the longer you let the wrong people stay, the harder it is to make room for the right ones. So today, I'm giving you 7 clear warnings. 7 things that when people start asking for them, you better step back and protect yourself. Let's get into it. Number 1, stay away from people who ask you to sacrifice your dreams. Your dreams are not just fantasies. They are the roadmap to your purpose. They are the fire that keeps you moving forward, the reason you wake up with passion and fight through challenges. But not everyone in your life will understand that. Some people will try to dim your light because your ambition makes them uncomfortable. They'll tell you to be realistic, to play it safe, or that not everyone gets to chase their dreams. Understand this. When someone asks you to sacrifice your dreams, they are not looking out for your best interests. They are either afraid to chase their own dreams or they don't want to see you rise higher than them. And if you listen to them, if you let their fears become your limits, you will wake up one day filled with regret, wondering what could have been. No one else can see the vision inside you the way you do. It was given to you for a reason. The road to success is lonely, and not everyone is meant to walk it with you. Some people will try to pull you back into mediocrity, not because they hate you, but because your success reminds them of their own failures. That's not your problem. Protect your vision. Guard it fiercely. Surround yourself with people who fuel your dreams, not those who try to extinguish them. Because once you give up on your dream, a part of you dies. And that's a sacrifice you should never be willing to make. Number 2, stay away from people who ask you to compromise your values. Your values define who you are. They are the foundation of your character, the principles that guide your decisions, and the moral compass that keeps you on the right path. But in life, you will encounter people who try to push you beyond your boundaries, who ask you to bend your principles for their benefit. They'll tell you, it's not a big deal, just this once, or everybody does it. These are the words of those who do not respect your integrity. Understand this. Every time you compromise your values for someone else's approval, you lose a piece of yourself. And if you continue to do it, one day you'll look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back at you. The world is filled with people who will trade honesty for shortcuts, loyalty for convenience, and self-respect for temporary gain. But you must never let anyone convince you to betray what you stand for. Real strength is standing firm when everyone else wavers. Real power is choosing to do what's right even when it's difficult. And real success comes from knowing that no amount of money, fame, or opportunity is worth losing your self-respect. Because at the end of the day, when the lights go out and the crowd disappears, all you have left is your name and your character. Protect them. Never let anyone make you trade your soul for acceptance. Number 3, stay away from people who ask you to be less than who you are. There will always be people who feel threatened by your growth. As long as you stay in the same place, struggling, doubting yourself, they are comfortable. But the moment you start to rise, the moment you start realizing your worth, chasing your goals, and becoming the best version of yourself, they get uneasy. Why? Because your growth exposes their stagnation. Your success reminds them of their own unfulfilled potential. And instead of leveling up with you, they try to pull you back down. They'll say things like, "You've changed." Yes, you have. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve, to become stronger, wiser, and more powerful. Life is about growth. And anyone who asks you to shrink, to play small, to dim your light so they can feel comfortable, they are not your people. The right people will celebrate your wins, not resent them. They will encourage your growth, not fear it. They will push you to become more, not pressure you to be less. If someone needs you to be weak so they can feel strong, if they need you to doubt yourself so they can feel secure, that is not a friend. That is a weight holding you back. You were not put on this earth to be average. You were meant to shine. So never, ever make yourself small just to make someone else feel big. The people who truly love you will never ask you to. Number 4, stay away from people who ask you for your energy without giving anything back. Energy is one of the most valuable things you have. It fuels your mind, your ambitions, your dreams. It allows you to show up, give your best, and keep moving forward. But there are people out there who don't care about your energy. They only care about what they can take from you. These people are takers. They drain you emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. They only call when they need something. They expect you to be there for them, to listen to their problems, to offer them support, but when you need the same in return, they are nowhere to be found. It's always about them, never about you. Understand this: relationships should be a two-way street. Friendships, family, partnerships, they all require balance. You pour into them, they pour into you. But if you are constantly giving, constantly sacrificing, constantly showing up for people who never do the same for you, one day you will wake up empty. And let me tell you something. The moment you have nothing left to give, those same people will disappear. Protect your energy. Be there for people, but not at the cost of your own well-being. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, who pour into you, who give as much as they take. Because real relationships don't leave you drained, they leave you stronger. And you deserve that. Number 5, stay away from people who ask you to keep quiet when you should speak up. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you have. It carries your truth, your convictions, and your courage. But there will be people who don't want you to use it. They will tell you to stay out of it, to let it go, to not make a big deal out of things. These are the people who benefit from your silence, who fear the power of your words, who know that if you speak up, you might change something they don't want changed. Understand this. Staying silent in the face of injustice, in the face of wrongdoing, in the face of something you know is not right, makes you complicit. It makes you part of the problem. Whether it's in your personal life, your workplace, or the world around you, if something is wrong, you have every right, you have a responsibility to speak up. The people who truly care about you will never ask you to suppress your voice. They will never ask you to ignore your gut, to betray your values, or to stand down when you know you should stand tall. The right people will encourage you to speak, not silence you. So if someone in your life is trying to keep you quiet when you should be loud, walk away. Because your voice is too valuable to be hidden. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Number 6, stay away from people who ask you to betray yourself for their approval. There is no price worth paying for someone else's approval, especially not the price of betraying yourself. But some people will try to make you believe otherwise. They will pressure you to act a certain way, speak a certain way, live a certain way, not because it's right for you, but because it benefits them. They want you to fit their mold, follow their rules, and be the version of yourself that makes them comfortable. But let me tell you something. The moment you start changing who you are just to be accepted by others, you lose yourself. And once you lose yourself, it's a long, painful road to finding your way back. Real people, real friends, real love will never require you to shrink, to lie to yourself, or to abandon what makes you unique. The ones who truly belong in your life will respect your choices, even if they don't always understand them. They will support your individuality, not try to erase it. So if someone is asking you to be less of who you are just to fit into their world, that is not love, that is control. And you don't need their approval, you need your own. Stand firm in who you are. Stay true to yourself. Because the right people will never ask you to betray yourself to belong. Number 7, stay away from people who ask you to forget your worth. Your worth is not up for debate. It is not determined by anyone else's opinion, nor is it something you need to prove. But there will be people who try to make you forget that. They will undermine your confidence, make you question your abilities, and treat you as if you are less than you are. Not because you lack value, but because they want you to believe you do. Why? Because when you forget your worth, you settle. You settle for less respect, less love, less success, and less than you deserve. And the people who benefit from that, they are the ones who want to keep you small, who feed off your self-doubt, who need you to feel weak so they can feel strong. That is not love. That is manipulation. Let me tell you something. You are enough right now as you are. You don't need to beg for validation. You don't need to prove your worth to people who refuse to see it. The right people will recognize your value without you having to remind them. They will lift you up, not tear you down. So, if someone in your life is making you feel like you are not enough, walk away. Do not stay where you are unappreciated. Do not give your energy to those who don't respect it. Because the moment you truly recognize your worth, you become unstoppable. And no one can take that from you. So, step up. Make the hard choices. Walk away from anyone who asks you to be less than who you were meant to be. And when you do, when you surround yourself with the right people, that's when you'll finally be free. Now go out there and take back your life.